You want to come down here? You guys want to move around a little bit so you can get closer? You don't have to be right in the lap, I guess.
Fireside chat.
You want to come over here again? Okay.
Well, you guys the last question.
Okay.
In the New York Times, did you see that article?
No, I don't.
You're going to object to this line, although you'll be flattered.
Is it going to depress me for the rest of the day?
No,
Don't tell me
these
it.
are the ones I'm not asking you.
Okay.
They like that. But the film's success rises and falls on the appeal of Archer. So
What does that mean, though? Is that a good thing?
It's a scary thing, but if you don't agree, you're not going to agree to that. But how do you, when you were told you got the role, was there a real burden? Would somebody say everything is focused on whether
But it's not. I don't agree that it is. Actually, it was. I've only ever carried one thing, which was a TV show, Test of the D'Urberville, and that was pretty scary. But with Tamara Drew, when I knew it was an ensemble thing, and even though it's called Tamara Drew, she's like the catalyst. She's the centerpiece, and then everything else is going on around her, but she's not necessarily the lead character, or even the one that you care about the most, you know. She's not the hero of the piece. So I didn't feel like that at all. And anyway, I don't really try to think about things too much in advance, you know. I just try and get on with it.
Do you familiar with the graphic novel, or?
No, I was really ignorant, and I had no idea about Posey's work before. And actually, that's what did it for me. When I read the graphic novel, I was sold. And it's such a, you know, for me, I don't come from that world, and so I couldn't really relate to it when I first read the script. I thought it was entertaining. But then when you see it visually, and you see the way that the characters look, you know, that they actually exist, these characters, and especially when we were there in the countryside filming, like Nicholas Hardiman drove past in a Land Rover, and it was exactly, you know, the character. And so I didn't know her work. Have since read everything that she's done, and she even I've met Posey many times, and she's a fascinating woman. She just, I mean, obviously, she's got this incredible eye for, you know, she observes everything. She's very quiet, and she just draws all the time. And she even did a drawing of me as Tamara, which is amazing. But yeah, she just observes character really well. She'd probably be a really good actor.
Were you surprised at how much of a resemblance you bear to the actual character?
I don't think that I do look like the character in the book, but then I would say that. That was what Stephen said when he first met me. And actually, the casting director, Leo Davis, is quite amazing. She always casts Stephen's films, and she managed to get a cast that did ridiculously look like the characters. I mean, the one that I'm the most amazed with is two girls who had kind of just come from nowhere, and they had this big search for these girls, and when they actually cast them, particularly Charlotte Casey, she plays Casey, and she just really unbelievably looks like the character, and is the character, and is genius within the role. But yeah, we all sort of look like our characters, and we all had a bit of the character within us somewhere.
There was a reference in the production notes that as all the actors the cast actors knew which characters they were as they were reading the script.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
They all had a sense of, like, they knew exactly who they were.
Yeah, I think it's true. And you know, even in real life, when we all met, we had the right relationships. So, for example, Luke Evans, who plays Andy Cobb, we have this, we're like best friends now, and we have a very protective relationship with one another. And then my relationship with Roger was very strange because of the content of our relationship in the film. But it worked. It all worked. And I think a lot of that's down to instinctive casting and being very thoughtful about not just casting someone that's right for the role, but who is going to work with the actors in the right way and relate in the right way. So yeah.
Were they cast? Was your nose the only one that was cast in the film, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my nose. It's funny that my nose. I often get people asking me whether I have had surgery on my nose because it's quite small, and I mean, why do people do that? But they do. I would never think to ask someone that question. So it was ironic that I ended up playing someone that had a nose job. Yeah, and the nose itself was quite fun, fun to come up with because it started off being quite subtle, and it's actually really ridiculously big and kind of unbelievable. But it's a joke. That's the point. So yeah, so I still own the nose. It's in my bathroom with a picture of me scowling wearing it.
What's it like when you go back to your hometown and you see